Hey everybody, Tim the Nintendo Gamer here, back with some Mario Kart World. We're finishing up the knockout tour with the final two rallies. So let's do this. We had just unlocked Wario's, so that's very nice. I think we're going to end up with, shall we do some Pianta? Let's do that. Mario Sunshine. Let's give us something fun to drive. That's very nice. Okay, and we just finished the Acorn Rally and the Cherry Rally. As you can see, didn't do so well in the Cherry Rally, but finished up. At least you got to see the full track. Today we're going to be doing the Cloud Rally and ending up on the Heart Rally. So let's jump right in. 150cc. Everybody, start knockout tour. We hope you've enjoyed this and you're getting a good view of Mario Kart World. We've gone through all the Grand Prix races. This is now the end of the knockout tour races. Then we're going to go through some free roam, just show you why we free roam, what's interesting about free roam, and maybe what's not so interesting. And then remember, on Wednesdays we have our weekly Mario Kart races at 9 p.m. CAT GMT +2. But let's do this. If this is the first video you're watching, be sure to check out our previous videos up there. But if it's your first knockout tour, this is the new mode in Mario Kart World. Still get our boost starts, but I didn't get it there. But this is the new mode, and as you can see, there's 24 races, but there are gates along the way, and the bottom 4 races will get eliminated at each of those gates. So basically, we want to be 20th or better for this first gate, then 16th or better, 12th, and so on, until finally there's only 4 left, and ideally we want to come into first place. I did mention in the previous one that it seems like the better races in the world are bagging for a lot of these knockout tour races, so that means they're collecting their better items, staying near the back until it gets close to the gate, and then they're doing it. I tried to do that in that first tour race, and I gotta say I'm not the best bagger, and so it didn't work out too well for me. One of the reasons they do this is because these are called intermissions. You're not actually doing any full tracks 3 laps in one location. Because it's a more open world, this free roam, we're actually doing the sections between tracks. And so the courses tend to be longer straight lines. Maybe you can see that on my right over here or just above me. And actually let me give you some space there and actually see my positions, because I think for this one, better to see the position of the races. Let me just get through that section and jump over there. Sorry, there we go. That way you can see our position. At the moment we're 12th out of 20th. Here comes that first gate. As you can see, we're doing okay, but this is where you have to be careful. So one of the reasons they do that bagging is because they get better items, and because there's straight lines, as you can see on the right hand side there, it actually is useful. This is my favorite new item. It's useful to have a lot of speed items towards the end, because if there are any shortcuts, you can make them really worthwhile if you take him towards the end, pushing your position right up just before the gate comes through. And there's a boo taking away my mushroom. At least I got it just before I hit those. Normally doesn't happen. Usually you get that shock after. Oh, just as I started drafting. Okay, let's try and use some of these drafts. I know you can't see my items at the moment. I am rolling with a dash mushroom in my first position. And then in my second slot, I have Trip Banana. It's not my favorite, so I think I'm gonna do this. Oh, and just as I do that, Shy Guy pulls off a pretty impressive little charge jump move. Let's see if Pianta's got any alternate outfits. Let's see if we can do our own little charge jump over there. Let's see. We've got the hamburger, but no alternate outfits so far for Pianta. Not every character will have all the outfits, because Pianta is not one of the main characters. That might be one of the reasons she's not here. So let's see if we can get some drafts going. Okay, we're in 8th, so that's okay. Top 16 go through on that one. The next gate will be top 12. There goes Boo again, stealing. Ooh. Don't know what happened exactly there. Looks like we both lost an item. If you've got some dash mushrooms, you can take some nice shortcuts there. Ooh, this is what we want. We've got gold mushroom. So that will give us extra speed. And I think we're going to use that soon. Just want to get my coins up to 22. Oh. So didn't use it in the best way. I keep not using it, but thank goodness I did have it there. And again, missed my item. But at least we're moving up the track, which is a good thing. There was a big boom there, but I think we were too far from that bomb. I don't know if you noticed that Goomba on the left hand side there for a second. That's the other thing about this Mario Kart world. Some of the characters will actually react to you. Oh, really pity you don't have alternate costumes for Pianta. Okay. I'm going to use the draft here. See if we can draft past them. Make use of all these coins. Get us up to close to 20. At the moment I've got a super horn in my first slot. And then a question block, one of the new items. Just to get rid of it a little bit long. Takes it a little bit long, but that gets me up to 20. And now I've got trip mushrooms, so that's good. Let's see if we can use this rail. Try to avoid any green shell. The shells can go up the rails, but they sort of have to have perfect timing to do that. And there we go, the 12th gate. Let's move. And you can see just a huge straight line on the right hand side here. My second slot, I now have a fire flower. Let's see if we can get up here now. Try to do this. So railing is not always faster, but I think it's pretty safe to go there over at the moment. You just don't want to stay in air too long because we know in the air. But that was a lot of fun. And we're getting a huge railing section, so that's pretty cool. I think we got to see that. Let's see. Let's see if we can do this. Sort of want to do some protection. And then a boo. Kind of not the best. But boo gives me a... Sort of just want to stay behind here to get a bit of a draft. But I'm sure he's doing the same. He's got the same idea. Let's try to use this mushroom here, because I know we're approaching that gate. Sure, and dry bones is just killing us. And I think what I'm going to do is do this, because at least you become kind of invulnerable. Oh, and I was very lucky to get that there. That wasn't a very... that was a very short mega mushroom. But let's see if we can move up now. We need to be 4th or better for the next gate. I'm currently in 4th, but I think I'm going to have to start using some of these shortcuts. There's not many, so at least this track has got a little bit, 1 or 2 little sections. Ooh, taken out by buffaloes. I think I'm going to use that here. Nice. There we go. Get away from that bullet bill. At least it doesn't hurt you now when it goes past. Just knocks you out the way. And get some zebras here. Ooh, just don't want to be anywhere near that. Those 3 red shells. Actually, I think I'm going to slow down ever so slightly. Beautiful. And I think I'm going to take that now, because hopefully he's hit that front guy. And now I've got a... Wow, he is flying, whoever's out in front. I think it's still dry bones. It is. Let's see if we can catch him. I think we still have one more gate to go to. Through we do, so let's see if we can cut across there. Not the greatest cut, but it should work. Okay, we've got a red shell. I think we're going to use the green shell for protection. Oh, and there's a blue shell. I thought I'd got out the way for. I did not. Okay. At least we're a bit closer to dry bones. There we go. Kind of the best spot to get into first. We're going to end off in just an amazing track you'll be noticing here. There's that gate. One of my favorite tracks. Great question block. There's a really nice shortcut to take here, so let's hope we can take it. Fortunately, we just got coins, so we're going to hopefully get another box soon. Otherwise, this is going to be a short trip in the first place. At least we've got our, there we go. Let's see if we can get a shortcut here. Let's see if we can get it. I missed it. Oh! Aim for first, not gonna happen, unfortunately. Unless I get some amazing items here. Unless we've got a little bit more of a set. Oh, we've got a blue shell. I love it. That's amazing. Blue shell in this section. And there's the gates. And unfortunately, we're not going to do it again. But third. But at least we got to see the whole track. It was fun driving as Pianta. Alrighty. So that's one, or the second last of our knockout tours done. Let's just see that podium finish. Let's see who got top 3. Parabiddy Bird, Peach in second, and Pianta in third. Alrighty. Now let's do the last knockout tour, the last rally. Let's jump back into knockout tour. And I think for this one, let's go back to my original racer. Let's go Mario. And maybe the B-Dasher. And let's tackle Heart Rally, 150cc. This one, you sort of go up to the top of the map and then back down to the middle. Sort of Peach Circuit. Peach Stadium is where we end up. So let's get into it. You know the rules by now. It's our last video in Knockout Tour. This is a really, really fun mode to play online. I'm actually preferring this to even the normal online racing. I'm sure once I get to know the tracks a little bit better, this one will be just as good as well. At least we got the boost there. I thought we had started too early. Oh, really wanted to go up there. Again, this is another track where there are some amazingly cool shortcuts. You can already catch a lot of those online. Okay, let's get a boost over here as well. Okay, we've got trip mushrooms and meal. So I know we're supposed to be bagging, but I apparently am not very good at bagging. So I'm going to just take this, get in front, and see if we can hold it out there, especially against the PC. I don't think the PC players are as good as the online players, and you really don't want to be out in front for this long in Knockout Tour online. Bagging does seem to be the preferred strategy online. But I'm going to front run and see if we can end off strong, at least get a first place for each one of these 2 tour videos that we've been doing. We find it interesting that they call it a knockout tour, and then each of the tracks are called races. Not sure about the naming there. Makes it a little bit difficult. I'm sure you've heard me calling it Mario Kart Tour because of that. And yes, I'd like to blame them. So the only thing I'm worried about now is a blue shell. I don't have any protection, but I think what I'm going to do is try collect as many coins as I can. Here we go, nice purple, or what I think a lot of people are calling a rainbow boost now. That third level of the boost. Oh. There we go, let's do some rails. This is the turn that I often miss, so let's try do it nice and tight. There we go. Very tight little section here. Then let's do a little charge jump. Remember, charge jump is actually a little bit slower than going straight, so you actually want to use it most often as a way of getting away from items. It's not a bad place. I had two levels of protection. Okay, I'm gonna get a blue shell here. Just gotta take our medicine, unfortunately. So let's do it. I think I'm gonna jump back down here to get a second item. Whew. Spike's getting really close. We've got a feather. I know some people really enjoy the feather. I never use it correctly, so it's not my favorite. But at least we did manage to get 2 double. I'd rather have a banana, that's good. And we've got the Boo protection as well. So if Boo comes along, just going to be stealing a coin, and we're on 20 coins, so that's alright. I just have to be aware. I'm going to be brave. Do that. See if we get something more interesting. Now, that's a little bit more offensive. We've got a coin in first slot, and then green shell in second, so I'll take that. Okay, we're starting to move ahead of the pack, which is a good thing, because I haven't been able to get first place in all of these knockout tours yet. Don't worry, I know for those completionists out there, I'm also one of those. I will go back, make sure I've at least got first place in each of them. We do want to unlock mirror mode, and I believe that's one of the steps. I'm not sure if you have to get first, but you have to at least complete everyone and I think get a trophy. So at least for one of those, I think I came fourth in one of the videos, so I have to at least go back there. But knowing me, I'll go back and try get all 4 firsts, because you can't just not do that, right? Okay, we've got a banana in first position, and in second slot we've got a coin. I'd like it to be the other way around in case of a boo, but we are way ahead at the moment, so there we go, just as I said that. But anyway, we've got our coin, and we should get a box now. Another feather in the second slot, so coin and feather. I think I'm going to get rid of this coin and even this feather. As I mentioned, I don't ever use it very well. So we've got banana in first slot and a coin in second. Oh, and here comes blue shell. Second blue shell of the game. Let's see if we can drop this behind me. At least we got a big enough, let me try to get those coins, a big enough hit so that the red didn't hit us as well. It's still in the air. Oh my word, it really wants to give me the feather at the moment. So coin and feather, for those of you keeping track. Here's a nice mushroom that we'll use. Some of the trucks leave behind items. When they're those, I love it. I'm going to do my trademark getting rid of the feather again. So let's see what our next 2 items are. Coin and green shell, a much better combination for me. And I think we have a gate coming up soon. Being a bit crazy, just seeing if we can get something more interesting. Because I've got a feeling, so we've got banana and coin now. I've got a feeling I'm going to maybe even get a 3rd blue because I'm out in front for so long. We're heading into Mario Circuit over here. So now we've got green shell and we've got a food item. It's like a donut. Okay, I want to try this now. Okay, it doesn't look like, unless I got my timing wrong, but it doesn't look like you can use the food item boost to get past the blue shell. I'll have to check if I got my timing right in that one. So it might have been a skill issue, but if I got my timing right, looks like we can't do that. So that's something I've wanted to test, so it's good that we had that opportunity. And we've got another truck dropping off mushrooms, so I think we're going to use them before we get round. Ooh, a big shock there. The only good thing is there's some items ahead of us. So we've been running right up front. I tried a different technique. As I've mentioned, the online players often tell you that bagging is a very good technique to have in Knockout Tour. I'm just not very good at it. So, and I think it's a little bit different playing online to playing against the CPU. If you can get enough of a lead, the only thing they can really do is give you blue shells. And even those, as we go past Moo Moo Meadows, even those, they are limited. But here's another blue shell. See if we can jump into it. Nope, that doesn't work either. But there's the 8 gate, so top 8 only. Luckily I've still got some space ahead of me, that's what I like to see, or behind me. Okay, this one's going to hit me, unless I can get a nice protection. Oh, perfect timing. Perfect timing. A red shell dodge with a feather. I think that's one of the first times I've done that. As I've mentioned, I'm not very good with a feather, but maybe I'm improving. Okay, so we've got coin and green shell in position 1 and 2. I can see a boomerang behind me, which means the other players are getting very close. Classic rubber banding. Am I going to be a bit crazy? Yeah, why not? Lose some of my protection. Let's see if we can get up to 20 coins. Okay. Nothing lost, nothing gained. We've got a coin and a green shell. Okay. Here another blue shell. I think that's a record. That's 4 blue shells. Wow, that run really took me out. 4 blue shells in one is quite crazy. Woohoo! This is just what you don't want to see. Just right at the end, people going past you. I'm going to draft Wario here. Get ahead here. At least we made it through. Ah, nice. Got trip mushrooms in third place. That's what we like to see. And we want to get up there. I think I want to keep this one. See if I can use a... Ooh, that was very close. Very close. Nice tight turn over here. Oh, coins. Not useful at all. And can you believe it? After being up front all that time, we're only going to finish in hopefully second. Yep. Just about. So a bit of a disappointing end there. But that's it. All the knockout tour is done. You got to see the ride from beginning to end. Pity that I didn't get a first place in this one. But it was just superior CPU play. And there we go. There's the heart. Peach Stadium. Let's see that podium finish. Rosalina in third. Myself, Mario in second. And the big bad Wario in first. Jump in to see that. And there we go. Okay, so those are knockout tours complete. We've gone through the whole section. We hope you enjoyed it. Remember, it's dangerous to go alone, so take this.